Tonight on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank, a huge week of playoff games from all around the Bay Area. We'll have Liberty battling Clayton Valley, the rematch with Serra and St. Francis, and the rivalry game with Monta Vista and San Ramon Valley.
13 football games in all and some basketball with De Anza and Northgate, plus the Galileo football team giving this holiday season, and they battle in the playoffs. 49ers Cal High Sports Report starts now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the CCS, where 5 West Catholic League teams were still alive this second week of playoff action, and they're basically all playing each other.
They're playing?
Yes.
What happened to all the smoke?
Yeah, I cleared out. We got rain.
Thank you.
That was a tough one.
It was tough. 2 of those teams in the West Catholic League, Mitty and Valley Christian, meeting on Friday night. Valley Christian won the first meeting big, but the Monarchs have a lot of confidence coming off their first-round playoff upset, and we're looking to make it 2 upsets in a row on the hilltop at Valley Christian. Here come the Valley Christian Warriors as they meet league rival Mitty. First play from scrimmage, the Warriors. Isaiah McIlvain takes it at the 40, makes a cut, and then just blazing speed, traveling 60 yards for the score as Valley takes a 7-0 lead. Same score second quarter, and here's McIlvain again spinning and getting a first down for the Warriors. Then give it to Tommy Dunham, breaking a tackle, weaving in and out of the defense. A big gain for Dunham all the way to the 2-yard line. A short TD run from there, 14-0. VC lead. Mitty looking to get back in it just before the half, but this pass is picked off by Devon Lang, and he takes it to the house. The pick six makes it 21-0 Valley Christian at the half. Second half, Mitty gets a successful onside kick, then this pass from Raymello Murphy to Joseph Vaughn. The Monarchs get a first and goal but do not score as the Warriors defense comes out huge. Devon Vanderbilt and Justin DeWitt with the play there. But on their next possession, the Monarchs pitch it to Chaz Sines, who cuts the Valley lead to 21-6. But the Warriors come right back as Devon gets a touchdown on offense, this time 28-6 Warriors. Next possession for Mitty as Murphy throws again to Joseph Vaughn, who had a terrific game for the Monarchs. But Valley Christian will seal the deal right here as Tommy Dunham bounces off the pile and races 70 yards for the score as Valley Christian wins it big. 42-14 is the final score. The Warriors to face the winner of the Serra St. Francis game. Highlights of that one later in the show.
El Cerrito getting pumped up as they host Miramonte in the NCSD 4 playoffs. And we start with 6 minutes left in the first. Matt Meredith to Tanner Zwollen, who dives for the end zone. Miramonte strikes first. But the Gauchos answer right back with Tyler Dixon in the shotgun, stepping back to a leaping Makai Polk, and he brings it down. This game is tied at 7-all. From here, the Gauchos didn't hold back. Ulasani Armand tips the pass. Frazier White grabs it out of the air and sets up his team at the goal line. Then it's Dixon fighting his way into the end zone. Gauchos up 14-7. Miramonte gets the ball back and marches down the field looking to score. But this pass is picked off by Polk, and the Gauchos hold down on defense. Third quarter, Trey Baker, the touchdown maker, tacks on 6 more for his second rushing touchdown as El Cerrito keeps on rolling. The running game was working. Nassim Woods plows his way through the line. EC up 33-14 and rolling into the fourth. Miramonte looking to make a comeback. Meredith on the screen pass to his tailback, Henry Vakakis. And watch him go. He'll shed a tackler and dives in for the end zone for the touchdown. But the Gauchos gain some more cushion to their sizable lead. It's Woods again shedding 3 defenders, and he finishes the night with 2 rushing touchdowns. Watch the Gauchos D lineman Franklin Banks tipping the packs and bringing it in. What a play. El Cerrito moves on to the semifinals. They will take on the top seed Cardinal Newman Friday night.
The Moreau Catholic Mariners putting their game faces on to battle St. Patrick St. Vincent. First quarter, Moreau Catholic striking first. Bowen Dickstein throws a screen pass to Nicholas Ledesma. It's a 15-yard score, 6-0 Mariners. The Bruins bounce right back. The following drive, Akil Edwards keeps the ball himself and turns on the Jets, 76 yards, 7-6 SPSV moving into the second. Under 5 minutes left in the first half now. Dickstein airs it out to Lovelace Rufus for a spectacular 56-yard touchdown connection, making it 12-7 Moreau Catholic. Next drive, SPSV marches down the field and Edwards swirls his way in for his second touchdown run of the night. but Moreau would score again. It's Fresh Eisen with under 30 seconds in the quarter. Fresh takes it in, 18-14 Mariners at the half. Third quarter, now the Mariners looking for more, but stepping in front is Jamar Connor for SPSV. They would score a short time later on a short touchdown run. It's 21-18 Bruins. Then Moreau fights back with two running scores from Fresh Eisen, including this one from 17 yards out. 32-21 Moreau heading to the fourth. Back and forth we go. Kareem Newton takes the ball in for SPSV, and it's a 4-point Mariner lead. But here comes the game-changing play. The Mariners take a short kick, and Nico Reed picks up the ball, avoids multiple tackles, and takes it all the way. 65 yards. Moreau would score two more touchdowns to seal the victory. As the Mariners advance in the Division IV bracket, they will take on San Marin. 53-28 is the final.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Riker Center.
The Riker Center producing an original rap every week based on last week's games. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Coming to you live from the Riker Center. It's Big Murph, and these are your Players of the Week. If your seatbelt ain't on, better fasten it. You're going on a wild ride with Jackson Chris. When it comes to quarterback and he's passionate. Check the stats, Jackson's more than adequate. 11 for 16, 255 yards with 3 touchdowns. He sets a very high bar for senior athletes. He's ready for takeoff. His Palo Alto Vikings heading deep into the playoffs. Another peak performer, it's Michelle Owabete. The girl got the sauce like a plate of spaghetti. A real fire breather dragon for Bishop O'Dowd. Got the whole student body feeling oh so proud. With 32 kills, she flexed a whole lot of muscle. And 17 digs like a whole lot of shovels. Took her volleyball team to the state title game. After playing these highlights, she bound to be a viral name. Oh, yeah, Riker Center. Your Players of the Week. Cal High Sports.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
MRSA, or methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, is a bacterial infection that is resistant to most antibiotics used to treat it. If you are playing sports and spend any time in a locker room, you are at increased risk for this infection, which left untreated can invade the bloodstream and even become life-threatening. It can spread through skin-to-skin contact, sharing athletic equipment, or even towels. Most staph lesions appear as a red swollen bump on the skin and can often initially resemble a spider bite or pimple. Sometimes they will have to be drained and the fluid examined for culture to check for bacteria. Special antibiotics may be necessary to treat the infection. If you get any abrasion or cut on your skin, make sure you show it to your athletic trainer so it can be cleaned and protected to prevent MRSA.
Coming up, the Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game as Clayton Valley battles Mighty Liberty.
And Sacred Heart Cathedral takes on Sacred Heart Prep as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Defender twice my size. Bring it. Down by 2? I got this. I love this game as much as the pros. I may not play for the Warriors, but I have the same doctors. Teaming up to keep the pros and me at the top of our game.
The biggest Wrangler sale in Cali is at the #1 volume dealer in Cali, South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. We have to sell 200 Wranglers by the end of the month. Get $10,000 off the remaining 017 new Wranglers in stock. Unbelievable! Lifted topless Rubicons, Sahara hardtops, soft tops, lifted to the max. So go over the biggest mountain. Get to your favorite hunting ground, your favorite beach, and enjoy life. There are millions of people in Cali, but only 200 will get this deal.
We are back at Levi Stadium with two of the Bay Area's very best teams meeting in the NCS Open Division. The Liberty Lions came into this game a perfect 10-0, winners of the Bay Valley League.
Clayton Valley won the Diablo Foothill League with just a 1-point loss to Antioch, spoiling the otherwise perfect record. It's a huge game, and it's our Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight's game features two East Bay powerhouses, the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles and the undefeated Liberty Lions. For Liberty, you can look for their outstanding junior quarterback, Jay Butterfield, who's thrown for 2,400 yards this season. On the other side of the ball for the Ugly Eagles, Mackay Gervais has done a great job for the Eagles running the ball, averaging 141 yards per game. These two teams haven't played for 29 days, so we'll see if there's any kind of effect from the delay as we show you our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. Here come the Liberty Lions in front of a packed house at Liberty High School. Clayton Valley on the board first, though, as Priest Preston steps in front of this pass and returns it inside the 10-yard line. The Uggs then go to Mackay Gervais, who takes it in. The extra point is missed, 6-0 Ugly Eagles. Same score just before halftime. Jay Butterfield back to throw. He fires over the middle, and there to make the grab and hang on despite the punishment is Adric Lamar. Later same drive, it's Butterfield to Sione Vaki, who makes the leaping grab with just 15 seconds to play in the half. Third quarter in Butterfield, play action pass, and wide open is Lamar, and he is in as Liberty takes a 14-6 lead. Fourth quarter now, and this is something special. Terrell Sturgis-Kofer runs over one tackler, gets pounded by three more, and then turns on the Jets 60 yards for an incredible Lions touchdown and a 28-6 Lions lead. The Ugly Eagles trying to get back in it as Stephen Henry breaks free, and he's going to race all the way down to the 1-yard line. Clayton Valley scores on a short run to make it 28-14. But the Lions were great in the second half of this game. Sturgis-Kofer with another fancy TD run right here. And then it's Brendan Bell dancing into the end zone to top it off. Bell with some sort of a victory dance at the end here. I don't ever want to see this again. Oh my. Liberty wins and will play De La Salle for the section title next week. Sione Vaki was proud of his team.
It was wonderful, man. I could have asked for a better team, a better team effort from both the offense and defense, but, just thank God for everything he's blessed me with and the team he's blessed me with as well.
We head to the CCS playoffs with a big-time matchup in the Open D3 bracket, Sacred Heart Cathedral and Sacred Heart Prep. Field goal kicker Ronan Donnelly with the first 6 points of the game. That's a 35-yarder. The Irish offense at the 3-yard line. Jake Davidson comes roaring in for the sack, just inches away from the safety. And we have 5 minutes left in the half. The score still 6-0. Keon Dowling finds LeVar Watkins Jr. up the middle for a 20-yard completion. Setting up this play, Dowling gets hurried in the backfield. He throws the ball from almost 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and connects with Colio Mateo in the end zone. SHC takes the 7-6 lead into the halftime. But the Gators came to play. Tavito Moimoy powers his way into the end zone, and the Gators take the 13-7 edge and looking for more here. Raymond Price III heaves it to Moimoy, and oh my, what a catch, a 45-yard catch and run. That would lead to a touchdown. Gators up by 12, and with 2.5 minutes left in the game, SHC needing to drive downfield. The short pass is picked off by JP Fromell. Sacred Heart Prep lives to see another game. This one's for the championship, facing Aptos next week.
Each week, South County Chrysler brings us the Coach of the Week award.
This week's Coach of the Week is Carlmont head coach Jake Messina. Coach Messina and the Scots won a big opening round playoff game last week to go to 9-2 on the season.
Jake Messina, this week's South County Chrysler Coach of the Week.
Cinemark is getting ready to open its new luxury cinemas at Southland Mall in Hayward. To help you get ready, we're giving out free passes for 2 with the trivia contest.
Here's this week's question. Name the former Mount Eden basketball player starring in one of the season's biggest movie releases. The first correct answer on our Twitter site gets 2 tickets to a Cinemark luxury theater. 49ers Cal High is our handle.
Coming up, at NCS Division I battle with Amador Valley taking on Freedom.
But first, take a look at our final Cupertino Electric Top 10 Volleyball Power Rankings.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
At the Pac-12 Football Championship game, Levi's Stadium is partnering with Avid for a special pregame Working in Sports program. Led by the front office leaders from the Pac-12 and the San Francisco 49ers, this package includes exclusive pregame field access for player warm-ups. Tickets are just $25. Get yours today, and we'll see you at Levi's Stadium on Friday, November 30th.
High school sports builds character, builds communities, builds legacies, and Block Construction plays a big part in this, building state-of-the-art athletic facilities all around the Bay Area. With an unwavering commitment to teamwork, innovation, and quality workmanship, Block Construction places great value on dedication, performance, and successful outcomes. Block projects inspire excellence and are a place where memories and legacies are built. Block Construction, we care, we prepare, we perform.
Luxury loungers are coming to Hayward at the new Century Theater, opening soon at Southland Mall. For grand opening information, go to Cinemark.com.
We are the Cinnamon Wolves, and you're watching the 49ers. High
We are back at Levi's Stadium with the NCS Division I game between the East Bay League's Amador Valley and Bay Valley League's Freedom. Amador Valley finishing second in league, 8-2 overall, earning the 6th seed in Division I.
Freedom finished third in league, 7-3 overall, with the third seed in this bracket, the Falcons hosting the Dons on Saturday night.
The number 3 seeded Freedom Falcons hosting the number 6 seed Amador Valley D1 playoff game. First quarter, Coleman Wiley to Lucas Heverly over the middle. It's a 29-yard touchdown, 6-0 Amador Valley Dons. Ensuing Falcons drive, Joey Aguilar drops back and finds Giles Jackson in the flat. He slips by 2 defenders up the sideline, and it is 7-6. Freedom takes the lead. After another Freedom score, Dominic Mazzotti, the read option, he decides to take it himself, turning up the sidelines 19 yards as the Dons retake the lead 15-14 at the half. Third quarter now, Freedom up 20-15, but the Dons threatening to score. It bounces off Roy Lee, and Mikael Ely comes up with the interception in the end zone from 2 yards deep. Zigzagging through defenders, he brings it all the way back to the house. A 102-yard pick six to put the Falcons up 27-15. An incredible play there by Mikael Ely. But Amador comes right back. Chase Fish on the handoff gets it back from 18 yards out, 27-22 Falcons. Next Falcons drive, Aguilar under pressure and scrambles to find Ely, who brings it home 18 yards untouched. He gets an offensive touchdown to go with his pick six, and Freedom now with a 33-22 lead, and the Falcons would keep rolling. Mike King Daniels gets a pitch, wide open lane over the middle, slipping 2 tackles. He stiff arms one more and gallops 74 yards to the end zone. Another huge play for Freedom, 41-22 at the end of the third. And then Freedom gets some insurance in the fourth. This time it's a handoff to Roy Lee, who bounces it outside through defenders and puts it away for the Falcons as Freedom wins at 48-29. They go on to battle Cal next week in the Division I semifinals.
North Bay sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. The Los Lomas Knights take the field as they host the Terra Linda Trojans in the NCS D3 quarterfinals. Los Lomas came out ready to play. QB Dylan Graham passes to Blake Thorpe at midfield, and the senior wide receiver pushes forward, stays on his feet, and takes it home. 2 minutes in, Los Lomas is on the board. And 3 minutes later, the Knights do it again. Graham hits Brian Thorpe for the 14-0 lead, and still in the first quarter, Las Lomas picks it up in the backfield. Graham dumps it off to Isaiah Newell, and the junior running back gets a good block from Mason Reese. Great job by Newell holding on to the ball, giving the Knights great field position. Then Nick Kane finishes off the drive with a 10-yard rushing touchdown. Second quarter, the Knights spending a lot of time on offense. Graham throws it to Blake Thorpe, and he gets his feet down in bounds, and next Graham connects with Zach Patterson in the end zone. Las Lomas scoring in their first 4 possessions. The Knights defense not letting their offense have all the fun. Zach Transu flies in for the sack. The ball is fumbled and recovered by Dominic Ravino, and he's brought down in Trojan territory. Great defensive play by Transu, and the Knights take advantage of the fumble recovery. Here's Graham with a screen pass to Newell, and he is wide open, and he cruises in to the end zone to close the first half 35-0. Las Lomas adds a cherry on top as Graham lobs this one to the back of the end zone. Patterson makes the catch, and the Knights win big to go to 12-0 on the season. Las Lomas will face Eureka in the semis.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Aubrey, the Galileo Lions are in the midst of their league playoffs. Still, the boys took some time out recently to help out people hungry for a meal this holiday season. A sunny Saturday morning at San Francisco City Hall. Gathering in front of the rotunda is the Galileo football team and cheerleaders. The Lions are coming off a fine regular season and looking forward to league playoffs. But this morning, the team is giving back.
I think it's just really good for our football team to come out and be able to help our community. I do this with another football team. I coach the girls at Galileo, and we do this during the holiday season every year. And then one of our parents, she does this with her son, Jimmy Edwards, every year. So I thought it'd be a good idea to get our whole team out here and just kind of help the community and show the community where these boys are actually from.
Well, my mom brought up the idea to me. She said, let's give back to the community, let's feed the homeless. And I was like, that seemed really cool. So last year, me, my mom, and my little sister, we did it. And then this year I was like, why don't we just do it with the whole football team? And that's how the idea came apart.
So some of us are going to serve, and then some of us are going to walk around and engage with the community to let them know that we're here.
These players see the homelessness on the streets of San Francisco, but they also see it in their families and at their school.
I feel like it's some people in the school that's probably close to that situation, but don't say nothing about it. So I feel like it's a good way to help.
Yes, that's exactly why we did it. We see homeless people every day. When you go to school in San Francisco, it's homeless people all over. So when we get a chance to do this, we get a chance to do it, and it's really a blessing.
So for a few hours on a sunny Saturday, the team is here supporting people less fortunate. The players serving up food, so for one day, these people without a home can at least have a meal.
Well, I think this is, any lunch counts, any food counts, anything you can do helps out because you don't know how much they need it. One meal can mean a lot to them. So since we have more fortunate than them, it's good to give back and help them out as much as we can.
Yeah, so hopefully, this is a life learning lesson for them. I think for me, for football, it's not just about playing football and winning games. It's like building good men, building good people. So if they get used to doing community service, when they become adults, this will be something that will be second nature to them. Just come out and do it.
The Lions are having a great season this year, finishing second in the City League and headed towards the City League playoffs. But success on the field is only part of being a football player at Galileo. This team takes pride in their city and making sure everyone has a chance to succeed. The Lions playing this week in the City League playoffs will have highlights from their game against Mission later on in the show.
So the Galileo Lions are our Be Human inspirational athletes this week. To nominate your favorite inspirational athlete, download the Be Human app in the App Store and use the tag Inspirational Athlete to share what makes your nominee so inspirational. Be Human is humanizing social media. Be Human, inspire, and be inspired.
Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Monta Vista meets rival San Ramon Valley.
And Overfelt takes on Burlingame in the CCS playoffs when 49ers Cal High Sports Report returns.
Steve Greenwood's water pump repair business and Tri-Counties Bank have a history together. So when the chance to start a company that manufactures the parts he uses came down the pipe, he knew who to turn to. Branch manager Daryl Polkentine created a business line of credit, allowing flexible funding to start the company and fund initial manufacturing operations, maintaining a strong cash flow for his flowing enterprise. That service to be pumped about. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
Serino Group is committed to giving you the very best service when buying or selling a home, but we're also committed to giving back to the communities we serve. We are encouraged to see the good and uphold it. Serino Group has pledged to give 1% of our gross commissions to charitable and community groups making a positive difference. Serino Group has donated more than $2 million to these groups since the inception of the 1% for Good program in 2012. Go to our website to see the list of recipients. Serino Group, our community is your community.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Serino Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
We're back at the NBC Sports Studio with the South County Chrysler Game of the Week. It's an NCS Division I matchup with arch rivals Monte Vista and San Ramon Valley meeting on the Wolves' home field.
Yep, these are the 4th and 5th seeds in the D1 bracket. The two teams meeting 4 weeks ago in the final game of the regular season, with San Ramon Valley winning that one by just 7 points. The Saturday night rematch is our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Aubrey was there.
San Ramon Valley is fired up, taking on arch rival Monte Vista with the season on the line. And the Wolves would strike first. Stanford-bound running back Tristan Sinclair gets the handoff and falls his way into the end zone. SRV goes up 7-0 and 2 minutes left in the first. Tackle Carson Reitman clears the lane for Gavin Cribb. He breaks the tackle and off to the races. That's over a 25-yard run, leading to a field goal, 7-3 SRV. San Ramon Valley looking to add more to their lead in the second, but strong safety Nate Ricena has other plans. Nate is going to take it nearly 40 yards back the other way, and that play was so very important because here is Mustang quarterback Jack Stewartson dropping back, seeing a man downfield and delivers an absolute dime to Matt Brachaska. What a throw, and it's Monte Vista up 10-7 at the half. Third quarter, Stewartson again with the perfect pass over the shoulder to senior Ryan Colonna, and Monte Vista trying to get their revenge on the Wolves. But the Wolves in striking distance here. Brandon Camisa fakes the handoff and finds a diving Deuce Palmer in the end zone, making it a 3-point Mustang lead. Only a minute later, Noah Thomas trying to dive in for the score. He stopped but eventually finds his way in. San Ramon Valley goes on top by 4. Wolves at midfield in the 4th. Camisa giving it to Jacob Hyman, and he's back after being injured in the Wolves' last meeting with the Mustangs, and he had a fantastic game. Envy would stop the Wolves' drive, and here is the offense going for the win with less than a minute to go in this game. A throw deep to the end zone, but the receiver is well defended by Sam Stevenson, and San Ramon Valley wins it to move on to the semis, set to face Vintage.
And here they are after this huge victory, the San Ramon Valley Wolves. Now these two guys had an awesome game. They are co-MVPs. That is Jacob Hyman and Brandon Camisa. Okay, Jacob, I didn't think it was possible for you guys to make this a more exciting game than your last visit with Monte Vista. How does this win feel?
It's nice to have another week to play, help out the seniors, go another week, and hopefully we win. Keep going.
Hopefully, right? Okay. All right, Brandon, this game was supposed to be played weeks ago. How was it preparing for this game, knowing that you never know when it was going to be played?
I mean, we were always on edge, but it was the best feeling being able to get more and more time with my brothers right here. We fought and we never gave up, and we were prepared more than anybody could prepare for this game. This is the most important game of any of our lives. This was huge. Everybody stepped up today. Everybody.
Good. Including this guy. This is
NCS championship, right? How are you guys going to get that this year?
You know, we've been busting our butts all year for this. Nothing's better than beating our rival school twice, but we're using this all as fuel because we're going to keep going. We're going to get a ring this year. That's what's going on.
Yeah, they are. These are the San Ramon Valley Wolves. Guys, take us out with a cheer.
It's the Overfelt Royals and Burlingame Panthers in the Division 4 semifinals. Burlingame taking control of the game early on. Quarterback Jordan Malishus hands it off to Curtis Lauti, who breaks free from the defense all the way home, and it's a 7-0 Panthers lead. He is really good. The Panthers back in possession. Jordan to Devin Malishus for the 20-yard carry. Burlingame would score on a short run to finish the drive, giving the Panthers a 14-point lead. Overfelt fighting back as quarterback Ulysses Reyes connects with Quincy Robinson. And look at Quincy run, staying on his feet for an outstanding 80-yard touchdown, staying in bounds in the rain, and he is gone. And the Royals are now on the board. Minutes left in the first. Jordan to Lauti, who swings left and finds an open lane to bring it home for 50 yards. Lots of big plays in this one. Burlingame makes it an 18-point game, and Lauti was pretty happy about it, and he gives a shout-out to the Cal High Sports camera. Very nice. Second quarter now, Overfelt looking to throw, but Noah Lavulo is there to pick off the pass and fly into the end zone. It's a pick six for the Panthers and a comfortable 4-possession lead at that point. Into the third, Burlingame back in possession. Jordan hands it off to Yusef Benchora, who turns on the Jets, and it's another huge play. This one going 91 yards for the touchdown, and the Burlingame Panthers would go on to win it 49-12. The final, the Panthers will go on to play the winner of Carlmont and Independence. Highlights of that one later in the show.
Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Lucas Giarusso from Menlo Atherton. Lucas started a drive to raise money for the fire victims in Paradise. Lucas gave an impassioned speech at the Bears' opening round playoff game last week, hoping to raise $250. The fans donated nearly $2,500. Now Lucas is expanding his campaign and will continue throughout the playoffs and beyond.
Lucas explains why this fundraiser is so important to him.
I sort of saw myself on their shoes, and I felt some compassion for them and wanted to do what I could. I mean, as teenagers, we're the future generation, and we're going to be the next people sort of tackling these problems. So starting from a young age, advocating for these problems and sort of taking the leadership role is something that's really important, as we're going to be the next people sort of handling these problems. And I think initiative from a young age is something that's really important.
So if you would like to donate to the students of Paradise High School, you can go to the Paradise High School GoFundMe page. The URL is listed below.
Wow, go Lucas! Coming up, 2 West Catholic League teams battling it out in the CCS Open Division II bracket.
And we have our first basketball games of the year as 2 top girls teams, Carondelet and Logan, take the court next.
Back at the NBC Sports Studio with the first and third place teams from the West Catholic League meeting in the CCS Open Division II bracket. The top-seeded Lancers are having a great season, winning their league without a loss.
Yeah, the Lancers with a huge win over the Padres in the regular season, but Sarah's coming off a big opening round playoff win and looking to upset the top-seeded Lancers in the game played on Friday night.
The St. Francis Lancers taking the field as they host Sarah in the semifinals in the CCS Open D2 bracket. The Lancers get right to work. QB Ryan Daly hands it off to Opeti Fangupo, and he fights his way forward for a Lancers first down. Opeti getting his cardio in. The senior running back finishes the drive with a TD and shortly after adds on another to give SF the 14-zip lead. More Lancers offense in the second. Daly drops back and finds his favorite receiver, Evan Williams, in the end zone. St. Francis feeling good with a 21-point lead, but don't count the Padres out. 7 minutes left in the first half. QB Luke Batari throws a beautiful pass into the hands of Torrance Loville, and he's got a clear shot to the end zone. Touchdown, Sarah. The Padres go for 2. Batari gets the snap and takes it himself. He breaks to the far sideline and dives in. Padres pull within 13. Sarah gets the ball back with a little time left in the first half. The Padres looking to pull within 1 score, but Nick Huron reaches up and intercepts the pass. Back from the half here, and the Lancers defense is at it again. This time Justin Sinclair there for the pick. No one is there to stop him. The senior takes it all the way inside the 10, and Fangupo finishes it off with a rushing touchdown to make it a 28-8 game. Fourth quarter, the Padres still fighting, but this Lancer defense is tough. Karsten Rawls flies in for the big hit. The ball is fumbled and recovered by Christopher Centeno, and he brings it home for the Lancer touchdown. St. Francis takes the victory 38-8 to advance to the championship game where they will face league rival Valley Christian.
Our first girls basketball of the season with the Carondelet Cougars visiting James Logan. Carondelet in the lead early. Jamie Blackard gets it to Emily Howie, to Natalie Nicolosi in the corner for three. 14-10 Cougs. A minute left in the first. Maxine Twazon to Janine Bendito, who finds Amaya Bautista in the paint, who puts it in over the defense. Second quarter, Howie bringing it down court to Ali Bamberger, who tosses it back to Howie to nail it from beyond the arc. It's 19-all. Back from the half, Howie in possession, connecting with Bamberger. Ali swings right for the layup and one. Carondelet leading it 31-26. And that is why Ali is headed to the University of Washington. Just seconds left in the third. The shot is off, but right there is Twazon for the rebound, and it does fall, cutting the deficit to 9. But all Cougs from there. Howie drives it all the way down court, then dishes out to Erica Miller for the jump shot. That's another 3 for Carondelet. Keeping the momentum going, it's Alex Brown fighting for the ball and passing out to Annie Bonderer. She drains the 3, and the Cougs start out the season on a high note with Bamberger leading the way with 16 points.
Now we got some boys basketball with two defending league champions going at it. Northgate hosting De Anza. And the Dons brought the Rainmaker to start this one off. Earl Mangarin says, hey, I'm open, I'll take the shot. And that's good for 3. Dons with possession again. Isaiah Thomas goes one-on-one, drives to the basket for the and one bucket. And De Anza leads at 12-0. But this game was far from over. Connor Rhodes races down the court, kicks it out to Ethan Trebridge, and finds Alan Friedman on the basket cut for the lay-in. And it's the Broncos making a comeback by dodging the press. Tyler French to Trebridge, and back to French, who brings the Broncos within 2 at the half and coming out of the locker room. It was a back-and-forth battle. Daniel Reagan gets the Dons started with the shot from downtown. Then Friedman comes right back with a bucket of his own. Nice finger roll lay-in. Yeah, he's pretty good. De Anza still leads it 39-35. Final quarter we go. Rhodes drives to the elbow for Friedman with the opposite hand bucket, and the Broncos take the 1-point lead. But the Dons would find their rhythm and pull ahead. Joseph Albert dropping bombs from behind the arc. And the De Anza Dons take home back-to-back victories to start off the season. The final score 78-71.
Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we show tonight on either DVD or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order.
And be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and on Instagram. If you like us on your TV, you should give us a like on Facebook. And most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube page. That's where you can find and share all of the highlights and features you see on the show every week.
Each week, One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention.
Here's Dr. Scott Scher with this week's tip.
An athlete's age and gender can influence the symptoms and healing of a concussion. Research shows that our brains are not fully developed physically and neurologically until the age of 25. So the younger the athlete, the more intense or frequent symptoms may occur, and the longer it may take to be less symptomatic and or heal. Data suggests female athletes sustain more concussions than their male counterparts. A major reason results from females not having the same head-neck muscle mass as males, which contributes to frequent and greater whiplash movements on the brain itself. Regardless of age and gender, it is important to recognize a concussion and treat it appropriately. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, our Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game with Carlmont taking on undefeated Independence.
And when we come back, the Galileo boys take the field against Mission.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
The Rikus Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
The biggest Wrangler sale in Cali is at the #1 volume dealer in Cali, South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. We have to sell 200 Wranglers by the end of the month. Get $10,000 off the remaining 017 new Wranglers in stock. Unbelievable! Lifted topless Rubicons, Sahara hardtops, soft tops, lifted to the max. So go over the biggest mountain. Get to your favorite hunting ground, your favorite beach, and enjoy life. There are millions of people in Cali, but only 200 will get this deal.
Both Carlmont and Independence are having their best seasons in many years. The Sixers coming in undefeated as the #1 seed in the CCS Division IV bracket.
Carlmont won their league title, the 5th-seeded Scots upsetting the 4th seed in the first round of the playoffs. Two teams hoping to keep their magical seasons alive. In our Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game, Aubrey was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight's matchup is between the Carlmont Scots and Independence 76ers. These two teams have never played each other, hardly even had common opponents, but here they are about to face off in the playoffs. This undefeated Indy team is a scoring machine. It tackles Vaughn Mamea and Jeremy Kanangata'a, weighing a combined 515 pounds. With these big guys opening holes and protecting their QB, you will see this Indy offense shine on the ground and in the air. Carlmont relying heavily on their ground game all season long. Junior Jonathan Kiyun had 2 touchdowns in the Scots win last week, tallying up over 1,000 rushing yards this season. Both of these teams looking to punch their ticket to the championship game in our Block Construction Blockbuster game. And the Carlmont Scots would strike first. Jonathan Kiyun gets the handoff and gives it to his older brother, Jaden, on the reverse. And Jaden just flies. That's over 50 yards, and it gives Carlmont the 6-0 lead. In the second quarter, Siu Peli Natane hands it off to Julian Morin, and this was a monster run. He gets pushed out of bounds by Indy's Javon Smith, and a couple plays later, Morin punches his way into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. It's 14-0 Scots. But again, this Indy offense is tough. Jordan Osby looking for an open guy. He tucks it and runs. Dodges 2 tackles before going out of bounds. And on the next play, Dylan Oliver goes up the middle for 6, cutting the deficit to 7 after the PAT. But Carlmont answers back before the half. Here's Morin again through the hole that his tackles left for him, and he capitalizes. It's just under a 50-yard touchdown run. Carlmont up by 2 scores at the half and 5 minutes left in the game. Osby sees his receiver down the near sideline, and look at that highlight reel grab from Oliver. It's a 1-score game, but Carlmont keeping strong on offense. Jonathan, you know what to do. Break tackles and sprint your way to the end zone, and the Carlmont Scots pull off the upset, beating the top seed 28-21 to advance to the D4 championship. How about those Scots?
This win feels great. I knew that we were coming in here, that we were going to take care of business. I thought the outcome was going to be this. Our program is starting to rise up, and people are starting to not overlook Carlmont and see Carlmont as just another team or the beat or anything like that. And I think that it's making this program kind of getting noticed, and for future people to come in and realize that this isn't just a walk in the park or a program that isn't that good.
In San Jose with the Blockbuster game, I'm Aubrey Tolliver, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Up to San Francisco we go as Galileo hosts Mission in the City League semifinals. The Bears get on the board first in the first. McKinley Oliver goes 6 yards to pay dirt, 2-point conversion good, 8-0 Mission. The Bears threatening again later in the quarter. It's Oliver again rolling down the far sideline, and he is gone. 38 yards to the house. Mission extending the lead to 14. Galileo looking to answer back. Ronald Fox with the quarterback keeper, and he turns on the jet, sprinting past everyone all the way inside the 25-yard line, but Mission was playing stellar D all day long. The pass is picked off by Rasheed Lovelace to stop the Lions' drive and take a 14-0 lead after 1. The Bears continue to pound the rock in the second, give it to Jelani Al-Malik, who finds some room down the sideline and shows off his speed, taking it all the way inside the 5. Mission would score on the next play, 20-0 Mission Bears at the half. Galileo trying to mount a comeback in the third, but the ball is fumbled. Right there to scoop it up is Oliver to stop the drive, and then Mission puts the finishing touches on later in the quarter. It's Oliver one more time with the keeper, and he finds a hole, and he is gone again. 23 yards this time as the Bears win it to move on to the City League Final, where they will face Lincoln next week.
Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Acalanes water polo star Lexi Rowell. Lexi will play next year at Stanford and sports an impressive 4.25 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates its girls varsity volleyball team. In the CCS playoffs, the 4th-seeded Eagles steamrolled their way through the first 3 rounds in straight sets, finishing 2nd in the section. Congrats to the Eagles on a great season. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Each week, Adobe brings us a tip on how to use great Adobe products to improve your highlight reel or team video.
Here is this week's Adobe tip. I'm about the world's worst artist, so when I need artwork to make my Photoshop projects, I often look for templates online I can use. These are made by artists much more talented than I am. Many of these are free or can be purchased. Once you have the template, you can change the color, the font, and make them your own. Another way to use the Adobe Creative Cloud to make your videos the best they can be. Coming up, a great matchup in the Peninsula as Palo Alto battles Menlo Atherton.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for football.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Drive a little, save a lot. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Sereno Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We have a terrific matchup in the CCS Open Division I second-round game with the 2-seed Menlo Atherton battling the 3rd-seed Palo Alto, the MA Bears, hoping to keep their 7-game winning streak alive.
Yeah, it's a great game. The Palo Alto Vikings have just 1 loss this season and were looking very strong in their opening round game last week. It's the Bears and Vikings on Saturday afternoon, the winner moving on to the CCS championship game. Here come the Menlo Atherton Bears as they host Palo Alto in the CCS Open D1 semis. Pali looking to get started in the first, but right there for the sack is Samisi Mataele and Noah Galu. MA would get on the board later in the quarter as Anthony Waller nails a 47-yard field goal through the uprights, and it's 3-0 Menlo Atherton. The Bears threatening before the end of the first, but Luis Passarello forces the fumble, and Kevin Cullen gets the recovery, 3-0 MA after 1. Menlo Atherton looking to add to the lead in the second, but Wes Walters jumps the route and gets the pick, and he's going to run for a while all the way inside the red zone for the Palo Alto Vikings. The Vikings try to take advantage of the turnover, but the pass is deflected away by Joe Postauer to stop the Pali drive. The Bears make it stick on their next drive, though. Jack Alexander throws it deep for Troy Franklin, who snatches it away from the defender for the touchdown, and it's 10-0 MA at halftime. Great catch. Menlo Atherton looking to extend the lead, but Kevin Giffen gets the big-time sack to keep the Pali deficit at 10 after 3. MA with the ball to start the fourth, but the Viking defense continues to make big plays as Walters gets the loose ball to stop the threat. Palo Alto finally gets on the board on their next drive as Jackson Christ heaves it to Inacio Henley, who hauls it in for 6. PAT good, and it's 10-7 MA Bears. But the Bears fight back, give it to Destin Hawkins, who finds a hole and turns on the Jets, sprinting past everybody before being taken down at the 1. Couple of plays later, handed to Hawkins again for the touchdown this time to extend the MA lead back to 10. Palo Alto trying to continue the comeback, but the pass is picked off by Postauer to seal the victory for Menlo Atherton. The Bears move on to the CCS Open D1 final. 17-7 is the final. Menlo Atherton will go on to play Wilcox next week. The Sacred Heart Prep boys water polo team had a fine season once again this year.
Yeah, the season ended a little strangely because of the air quality and game cancellations. So the boys met up with our Chiara Biagini at the Rikus Center this week to chat about it.
We're here at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Here they are. Let's meet the Gators of the Sacred Heart Prep boys water polo team. All right, first up we have senior Walker Seymour and Walker. You guys won league and you easily made it to the CCS Open Finals, but the game wasn't played. What happened?
Well, unfortunately, there have been a lot of fires up in Northern California recently, and the game was postponed many times, and then ultimately it was canceled. But, we have to keep things in perspective. There are people who are just even 2 hours north of us who kind of lost everything and lost family members' houses. And so, we're just playing a game, and it's completely fine that we're not playing. Obviously we want to win, but we got to think about the bigger picture.
Next up, we're going to talk to James Ploshke. James, you guys ended the season at 26-2. What makes this team so good?
I think one of the best things about our team is our chemistry. We have this incredible group of seniors who've been playing together since we were 12 years old, and so we all know each other really well and know how to play with each other and complement each other. And then we also have a core group of freshmen who have really stepped up. We didn't know what was going to happen, how they were going to play, but in these big situations, they've really stepped up and made us proud.
Well, hard work definitely pays off. Next up, we have John Petrakian. John, what's been your favorite memory this season?
I have to say it was when we went down to SoCal. We played some pretty good teams up there, and we had some great moments together. We went up to Huntington Beach, I think it was, and we all just hung out, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Awesome. All right, well, congrats to the Gators on another amazing season. Guys, take us out.
Gators on 3. 1, 2, 3, Gators!
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to
the San Ramon Valley Wolves, beating their arch rival to advance to the semis. The student section rushing the field. They were happy, and you should be too. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Ricus Center.
I'm Coach Davon. Today's training tip is a box jump. Now, the key to a successful box jump is that when they load into their position before their jump, they want to make sure that they're in the same position as they land onto the box. So when he jumps, he's back in that same position.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a very cool pair of headphones, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep End of the Season Awards Banquet right here at Levi Stadium on May 20th.
First off, we'll show you some honorable mentions and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
We start with San Ramon Valley's Noah Thomas barreling his way into the end zone will not be denied. Troy Franklin, just one of the best sophomore receivers in the nation, and he shows why right there. Here's El Cerritos Franklin Bass. Look at the big guy make a terrific interception with one hand. Way to go. But we have co-plays of the week this week because Terrell Sturgis-Kofer with an incredible play here, pinballing off defenders, then racing in 60 yards for the touchdown. And the co-winner is Freedom's Mikel Ely with the interception inside the end zone. 101 yards later, he's going to have a touchdown, but look what he has to do to get there. Juking defenders at the end. He's not tired. Into the end zone he goes. Terrell Sturgis-Kofer and Mikel Ely, you're both coming to the banquet. That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week for the story of a young man from Africa making a home with the Homestead soccer team. We'll see you next week.